As scientists like to say, if you can measure it, it must be there. But how do we measure things in InDesign? Well, measurements show up in a number of locations in InDesign, including the control panel and the rulers. But what if those measurements show inches and you work in millimeters? Or in this case, this document is set up to points and I want to work in centimeters. How do we change it? No problem. The trick is to right-click on one of the rulers, or control-click with a one-button mouse. If I right-click on this ruler, it gives me a context menu, and that shows me a number of different options. For example, I could choose inches here, but that only chooses that one ruler, the horizontal ruler. I want to change both rulers, the horizontal and the vertical rulers. So to do that, I'm going to right-click on the little square in the upper left corner, where the two rulers intersect. I'll right-click or control-click with a one-button mouse and choose centimeters. Now, whenever I select an object on my page, like clicking on this image with a selection tool, I can see that all the measurements in the control panel are listed in centimeters, not points. So this is great, but unfortunately, it only applies to this one document. What if I want to change all the new documents I create from now on? Well, here's the trick. First, close all of your documents. I'll close this document by clicking on the little X in the tab. I'm not going to save that change right now. Now, when no documents are open, you can change some preferences, but I can't right-click on a ruler because there's no rulers to be found. So instead, I need to go to the Preferences dialog box, and I can get there on the Mac by going to the InDesign menu and choosing Preferences. Or on Windows, it's at the bottom of the Edit menu. Or you can do what I do and just press Command-K on the Mac or Control-K on Windows. Up comes the Preferences dialog box, and you'll want to choose the Units and Increments pane over here in the list on the left. InDesign lets you change dozens of different preferences, and we'll be talking about a few or more of those in later chapters, but for right now, I'm just going to focus on the Rulers and Increments pane. I'm going to change the horizontal and vertical ruler units to centimeters. And then I'm going to click OK. Now, it doesn't look like anything's changed, but the next time I create a document, it's automatically set to centimeters. I'll go to the File menu, choose New Document, and you can see that in here, inside this dialog box, everything is set to centimeters. I'll click OK, and I'll see that even the rulers are now in centimeters. Now again, this does not change old documents, any document that you've already created, but it does change every document you create from now on. Setting up InDesign to use the measurements that you're comfortable with is not just a little way to make it nicer. It's fundamentally a way to become more efficient with the program. And getting efficient with your tools is what it's all about.